We're done with the shittiest level of the game.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. And we got a new secret level on top of that. We'll see what that has to offer after we, get some more money in our pockets with all these organs hanging around that we really don't need to be carrying all the time. All right. Hazmat suit's still good to have for this upcoming one.
That's not a good sign.
Well, with all the enemies we're dealing with, it's not too necessary, I think, to use the stealth suit. There's nothing that's gonna possibly snipe us. Get our submachine gun and our heavy machine gun.
Bringing out the big guns.
Yep, a lot of lead, or in this case, flechettes and depleted uranium. Because as we described, every gun in this universe is required to be a war crime. Okay, you can start the briefing now. I forget why I left my cursor right there.
Today, numbnuts. God, past you sucks.
Yeah. I mean, first the edit fuck up in bog business, and now this.
There we go.
Fun fact about that name, Godhead Heavy Industries. You look at the handler's little baseball cap. You might be able to make out the garbled text.
Huh.
See, he used to be a big fan. Even had his poster on his wall. Apparently he's missing, and rather than bring him back to try and rehabilitate, it's like, nah, fuck it. We gotta kill him.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not sure if him being a fan is a glowing endorsement or not. Sauron looks ill.
Yeah. This is, I think, without a doubt, the creepiest level of the game. Like, the NPCs here at the start, when you actually take the time to talk to them, really do a lot to, set up that there's, a uniquely oppressive mood to this level compared to even some of the other fucked up levels.
And the music is definitely heavier on the creepy side rather than just the weird side.
Yeah, the weird moans mixed in as well. No actual hostile enemies at the moment. Not yet. I'm sure that subtitle is related somehow to the subject of your book, but good for you.
That's quite the story you got there. What do you call it?
Doom Anus Apocalypse.
See, I was hoping for the aristocrats, but that's much better.
It still has the same follow-up of, I don't get it. Neither do I.
That was an interesting camera view.
Yeah. Anyway, this was the dude in the farmhouse the other guy was talking about.
Is that Chip Zdarsky?
Your wife and your who?
Our bullet keeper? Bullet Farmer. He was a big fan of Fury Road.
Yeah. So, there is something very deeply, deeply wrong with this place, more than any of the other deeply wrong places in the Cruelty Squad universe. There used to be a rural community that lived here, and people are just straight up disappearing in the night. And there's someone watching us. And yes, when it switches to that camera view, when it goes second person, basically treat your movement like it's tank controls at that point.
Wow, really going for the survival horror aspect there, aren't they?
Yeah, so something fucked up is going on in these mines, and we need to investigate. That dude's wife is missing. The Godhead CEO, Michael Brain, is apparently in there. That was a golem. The only good tools to use against them are the same ones you use against the necromech. Either heavy explosives like a rocket, or just dumping a quarter or something of like your heavy machine gun. And yeah, that was another shock trooper. Even though I was shooting at his head, I still had to like get him to turn around just enough that the crosshair lined up with the part of his head that was not covered up.
Yeah, it's difficult to find them scary when you realize that their armor looks like it's made out of turds.
Oh, but they aren't what you're supposed to worry about. Who likes flesh rats?
Literally no one.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why this level's full of them.
Of course.
But not all at once. You see, the enemies inside this mine are part of a cult with inflated spherical heads. That's because they are hosting a flesh rat inside their body, and if they jib, they blow up and release it.
So if anyone's ever wondered how you could combine Cronenberg and Lovecraft, we got the level for you.
Yeah. And the ultimate question is, as well, what the fuck are they mining? Like, what is it with these mines?
It's just stuff.
Yeah, you'll see as well eventually the further you deep in. It is very disgusting. But anyway, we're using their pistol. That's like I think it's supposed to be like a hollow point, like non-silenced pistol that like holds 24 rounds in the clip. And like when you pick one up for the first time, it like holds a surprising amount of bullets. Like if you want to bring like some kind of pistol weapon with you for a mission, and you know that like it's going to be in a level where you can't get ammo refills, like this is one where it's totally fine to take it without feeling like you need the ammo gland.
I mean, most of the levels you usually wind up, unless you're exploring, you usually wind up picking up the enemy weapons. Yeah.
There's a little flesh rat trying to maneuver around the door, but I got him. Everyone here is spooked, obviously, because I keep trying to, like, making sure I shoot all of the guards. As you might imagine, in practice runs, this was generally, like, the area of the level where I died the most. Because there's, like, a lot of NPCs, a lot of non-hostile NPCs running around, mixed in with the ones who are obviously armed. And I'm choosing to approach this with a non-silenced weapon right now. There's one room we actually need to go into in order to make progress. Good for you.
Really like the bedrooms have high... Oh, okay, yawning void, cool.
Yeah. This is another level that comes to mind where I go like, oh yeah, this is channeling some of those horror thief level vibes again. But no, we need to go through here, get rid of this table, get rid of the floorboards. You're hiding something here, aren't you, bitch? Oh god.
Well, mistakes have been made.
That's why I brought the hazmat suit. Anyway, down we go. Ow. Nope. There we go. And...
They say pride goeth before a fall.
Oh, God. The ore. It pulsates.
So, does anyone remember the many levels of System Shock 2? Because I sure do.
Yeah. And in all honesty, playability-wise, this is a lot better than the Body of the Many.
I mean, that's not a high bar.
Yeah. Just... And you want to know what's extra fucked up about all this? This is something where it's like you would only notice if you were able to get like more like NPC dialogue, which is kind of hard when you have the hostile NPCs in this mine mixed in, and like gunfire that's not silenced will spook them. But there is mad implications with these meat mines. Yes, this is what they are. These are meat mines. They are mining meat. And that this is where Vego's meatoids come from.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Like, every other dystopian sci-fi plot would probably settle on, like, what can we do to, like, synthesize or, like, factory produce some new form of meat to offset, like, the consumption humans have of it. This game goes, nah, fuck that. There are literally, like mine veins of raw meat that wiggle and pulsate in the mountains. That we're just gonna mine for, and we do not care what, like, the health repercussions of them might be, even after we cook them, presuming that the people in this world even cook it.
I mean, how many stories have we seen where, you know, the mystery meat is human resources? This at least is interesting.
Yeah, and this whole place is effectively run as a cult where people are presumably abducted and are clearly mind altered. Yeah, see, there's the confirmation. Vegan meat. That's Michael Brain. He was turned into one of them. So really, in a bizarre way, even though he was the head of, like, a big company that clearly was, like, a heavy weapons manufacturing company, and therefore contributing to, like, the horribleness of this society, we ultimately put him out, like, via a mercy killing.
Also, was the target actually the flesh rat in his head?
No, it was the body.
Right.
The flesh rat just comes out regardless if they get jibbed.
Right, because for a second there, it looked like the crosshair was on the flesh rat.
No, I think that's just, like, where it spawns out of.
Right.
Because of the head being inflated and spherical.
Yeah.
Which is still all the more weirdly fucked up. I think partly because, along with, like, the psychers and, like, their square heads, it kind of reminds me where it's like, there was, like, some weird, bizarre commercial I remember in the early 2000s that, like, was one of those ones where, like, it clearly was not interested in trying to, like, tell you or explain what kind of product it's selling. But it was, like, some weird thing in, like, what looked like some, like dingy, rusted, like, Russian research station where it was, like, a human body experiments to try and, like, turn people's, like, heads into flesh squares. I don't even know, like, if it, like, what it ultimately was, like, trying to, like, market or tease to someone or something, but it was, like, a weird thing that I just remember showing up. Yeah, I can't even remember if there's a specific name that, like, the commercial went by.
Yeah,
but it was honest, on TV, and I was...
That sounds more like a body horror snuff movie.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. And I was, like, pretty sure, like, I was, like, late in elementary school when I saw it, and I was like, dude, why the fuck is this on here?
Yes, welcome to Silent Hill. We turn you into flesh.
Yeah, just like their heads become, like, cubes. And then the fucked up part is that the third one, the procedure didn't work out. His head is still normal, and he's like, wait, no, don't put me back in, no! And like,
and now someone in the thread's gonna be like, yeah, this was for a really innocuous candy.
Yeah. Fuck marketing. Half the shit they come up with is entirely because of, like when they land on nightmare scenarios like that, it's because you know that they have no good ideas on how to, like, make something appealing.
That, or they finally snapped, and this is all that's keeping them from going into work with a crossbow.
Maybe. I assume it's the same logic that led to, like, the same commercials for the PS3 launch.
Oh, or the PS2 ones done by David Lynch.
Oh god, right, yeah, he did do those.
Yeah.
Is it, like, the only major ones I remember are, like, yeah, it's the ones for PS3, and then there was one for Xbox, where it was, like, a woman giving projectile birthing a child that, like, rapidly ages while circling around the entire world. Yeah. Which, like, just the initial part of, again, just shooting a baby, like, right out of her vagina, like giving birth, is, like, just, it is, like, That is a sight that no one needs to see on public television. What the hell?
That advert was banned in the UK.
Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. Oh, well. That was Miner's Miracle. Yeah, we definitely got off on a tangent because of just all the horrible, creepy implications behind, like, just what goes on in those minds, where the beat is being put towards, what possibly is happening to all the people that get dragged into that place. But whatever, we killed them out and we stomped on as many flesh rats as we can. And we're gonna... Next level will be a lot more positive, I'm pretty sure.
You say positive, but I don't feel like positive is a thing that exists in this world.
It's the kind of positivity you have to define for yourself.
The positivity was inside you all along, right next to your organs and meat.
The positivity was all the organs we claimed along the way.